invited stakeholders, members of NBC's senior leadership team, Ms. Munyo, Mr. Muya, and Ms. Sipanga. A very warm welcome also to you, and then members of our management and staff that are here. It is actually quite a privilege for me to stand here in your lovely building, Honorable Governor. And of course, let me not forget, we have beauty in our midst as well. And very warm welcome, Miss Namibia. It's a special one for you. Thank you. But again, it's a privilege to join you here for this very important engagement. As we gather here, we also recognize, Honorable Governor, the critical role that the Omaheke region plays in our national development. This is the cattle country, right? And the national development agenda, it plays a very big role socially, economically, and culturally. The region stands as a proud contributor to Namibia's rich heritage, and its people continue to demonstrate resilience, innovation, and a deep commitment to progress. Honorable Governor, we appreciate your continued leadership in guiding the region's priorities and in championing initiatives that address both long-standing and emerging challenges. As stakeholders, we are here to listen, to contribute, and to align our efforts with the vision you have set for the people of Omaheke. Our dialogue today is an opportunity to reaffirm our commitment to transparency, accountability, effective service delivery. It also is an opportunity to explore new ideas, share insights, and identify pathways that will help us collectively advance regional development and strengthen the lives of our people, the people we serve, Honorable Governor. I look forward to a very constructive and engaging session. Having said that, I would like, there is on the program an audiovisual presentation. So at this point in time, I'd like to ask our technical guys to do the honors for us. Thank you.
The Namibian Broadcasting Corporation is coming to the Omaheke region. As part of our commitment to strengthening collaboration, we are engaging directly with the regional stakeholders and the creative community. This engagement will help shape future NBC news, programs, and commissioning opportunities, guided by your voice, your ideas, and your creative vision. Join us in Gobabis on Wednesday, 18th February, as we connect with creatives from across the Omaheke region. Be part of the conversation. Be part of the future of Namibian storytelling. NBC, your voice, your story.
Well, there you have it, Governor and regional leadership. Very soon we are going to tell the story of Omaheke. That is one of our projects that we're currently running with the Mukarop Phase 2. We will tell stories around, very authentic Namibian stories around what happens here, how we even slaughter the cow and how we enjoy the Ongombe. Yeah, on that note, I'd like to invite our Director General, Mr. Stanley B. Similo, to address us at this meeting. Thank you very much, Director General.
Mr. Rainmaker, I don't think that works because we were here before you and we actually brought the rain. We'll have to check the credentials of the Rainmaker. With that said, Peter, thank you very much for the introduction. I know you were up in the north, and also thank you for being here as the head of news. Governor and the political leadership of the region, thank you very much for honoring this gathering that we've requested. And also to the NBC team that is here, quite an elaborate one. I'll quickly go into detail. As I intimated yesterday, was to say that we are here And once we get involved, there's many things that we do for a particular region, but that will not be at the expense of all other regions that are there. With the pageant as it stands, we will be profiling the Omaheke region quite vastly so, but at the same time we will also then make sure that we blend with the other different cultures that we have within the process of working towards the actual events that will be taking place on the 31st of July for Miss Tin and then 1st of August for the senior pageant, Miss Namibia. And part of what we do as the NBC, it's actually simple. We have a mandate, and that mandate says that we need to speak to the Namibian people, allow them to speak, and then allow processes that will engage constructively in building a country, in making sure that all citizens are heard, are seen, and understood. And part of what we do is to create platforms of this nature where we engage at the level of leadership. Could be from the office of the president downwards, but very importantly, ordinary Namibians must also have a say when we do these things. And through that, when you look at radio and television, we have a plethora of programs that we do where citizens can also either call in or be in studios where they talk to about what we do. Now, importantly, our job, we're just there to transmit what is there. At the best of times, people will criticize us that you're running stories that are negative. Point is, we don't make the news, we don't create the news. We simply report on it. So it's all about, at leadership level, if you do the right things, so will we. And if there are things that are happening that we believe also needs checks and balances, so will we. But all of that we do in a very, very open and highly constructive and equally with an element of respect. Because part of what we stand for is that we will not ridicule any Namibian, irrespective of standing in society. And part of what is very important is that the NBC needs to help Namibians to understand what the policy framework of the government of the day is. The NBC must also equally cover opposition parties so that their voices are also heard. And this is really playing out. And the best example thereof is what is currently playing out in our parliament, of which the NBC is carrying live. And very soon that element of broadcast will have an amplified position on NBC, but that announcement will be made by our Minister, Honorable Emma Theophilus, because that announcement is due at any day. We're just busy sorting out some elements around how this needs to be done. With that said, we are saying that the NBC being termed that it's ours, it should not just be a slogan. It must translate into a reality that people will be able to identify with. Namibians must feel that they are part of this, it's their process, and they need to be allowed to engage. We also know that, and it's proven, countries where the media is vibrant, there's a similarity between how the economies are going. It's a no-brainer. It is there. You can benchmark, you can go. You will see that where there's vibrancy of the media, the economy naturally goes as well, particularly where we find that citizens are also allowed to do that. The challenge that we are having today, Governor, and the leadership, is that because of how the internet has transformed things in our lives, everybody publishes today. Whether that news is real, that's another story. A lot of fake news also finds its way onto these platforms. So at the best of times in leadership, particularly political for that matter, it becomes a business imperative that politicians speak. They must articulate. They must tell the people. particularly if you've been voted into power, because there would be constituencies or a constituency that would expect to hear and see things from leaders. Now, our job would just be to make sure that this is done, people hear. It's up to them to decide what they would want to do. But coming back to our gathering here, we are here for the next 2-3 days, and the teams are here. They will be engaging yourselves, the councillors at all levels. They will be speaking to ordinary citizens within the region. There will be emphasis on engaging the young people as well. Because of late, as you would have seen, one of the espoused values from this current administration is the creative industry. There are segments that I know that our team that is here will be putting emphasis in speaking to young people, informing them about the opportunities that we are having. We have just concluded part of a process where we sought for ideas around filmmaking under the Mukarop project, and this is Mukarop 2, under the auspices of the NBC. So that process is running well. Later, not maybe now, there will be opportunities where the teams will be engaging young people, talking about them and all opportunities that are there. That's for the television side. For the radio side, we also have a storytelling platform called Project Mulelo, which is taken from the Setswana meaning fire. Storytelling from an African perspective always happened around the fireplace. So that project has been running quite well. They are currently in production. And through that, we're hoping to give meaning to what it is to be Namibian within the framework of most and all languages that are spoken in this country. If the NBC does not become the mirror of what Namibia is, then we need to ask the question, why does it exist? That's a very important position to have, and this goes particularly to the team, is to know that when you do your programs, you should not do programs that you like. You must produce and come up with programs that resonate, that will affirm, and that will have a position where ordinary listeners and users will have affinity to wanting to watch them. So all in all, Governor, we don't want to take your time. The team is here. They are going to paint Omaheke blue with the NBC colors, and they will be in your faces, and that is meant positively. So it is your opportunity to tell your story. And also we've brought our beauty along. What do they call her? What is the name? And her name? Sorry, say it? No, it's not Joanna, it's Joanna. You must pronounce it the right way, Joanna. This is Joanna, Joanna. Some of us were thinking now, who is Joanna? That is Joanna. That's the right name. That's how we pronounce it, Joanna. Welcome, and it's a pleasure to have you here. Peter, thank you very much.
Director General, thank you very much for those inspiring words. At this point also, I'm abdicating the title of Rainmaker. I'll hand it back. It's not for me anymore. Yeah. Honorable Governor, I was at an engagement similar to this one at Kurunkuru in the Kavango West region. I picked up something in the local language, which the governor also said. It sounds like this. Barata can help me if I do not pronounce it correctly. It goes Zirobo Sina Sigimo. It means Kenako. It means the time is now. And with that, I would like to invite Honorable Governor to tell us about the Great Omaheke region. Did I get Kalgran Zahuzatri also?
No, Deng is the owner of Kalkrant. The whole Kalkrant actually belongs to the Dengs. That's why there is land dispute today about Kalkrant, where the village council is ending. So thank you very much, Director General Deng and the team, Chairperson management committee member, CRO. I said earlier that it's the first time to see so many people belonging to an organization within Omaheke and Gobabis in particular. And just as you say, Kinako, this is the time, this is our time to shine as a region. And we only have it once now. But we can also have it for more years to come, depending on how we set foot in this new venture that we are in. If we market our region properly. This morning when I was taking a shower, I spoke about creating a millionaire, but I thought it's also time for the Plus Gobabis to come back. Plus Gobabis was our brand. Today we miss it. People were driving from Windhoek to Gobabis just for boerewors, just for biltong. But today that identity is gone. As time moves, sometimes we move too fast with time. We leave out what was working. We try to mend what is not broken, and it's maybe time to revisit our own strength and say, where are we really strong as a region? Is it in the things that we are now chasing, or the things that we were doing perfectly? You take Omitara, the dam there at Omitara could become one big tourist activity with bungalows and chalets there next to that dam that could, for example, bring much needed employment opportunities. But that can only happen when we invest, when we attract investors to this region and they start seeing those opportunities. But we must see them ourselves first. You take a village like Vetvlei, right next to the Trans-Kalahari Highway, but nobody sees it. Nobody dare move away from the tar road and see who lives there, what is happening there. At one stage when I was teaching at Vetvlei, I spoke to a resident of Vetvlei who was living this side of the tar road. And when I said we are raising money for the school, she said, is there a school here? I said, yes. But she had been living all her life in Vetvlei, but she never knew there's a school on the other side. But I asked her, didn't you see children moving up and down with school uniforms? She said, yes, but I was wondering where are they coming from. Last night, the resident sent me also a voice note and said, Governor, no, asseblief toch nee man, nee. Miss Namibia kan nie Gobabis toe kom nie. Dit kan nie wees nie. There's so much that we need to fix. And then he said, but kan ek ook betrokke raak? Yes, you can betrokke raak. You know, but this is precisely the opportunity that allows us to fix whatever need to be fixed as a region, as a town. I mentioned last night, and I did not make it a joke, that we need to do this Miss Namibia very, very differently in our own way. This morning, Honorable Kavari was telling me, yeah, Governor, I'm trying to see whether I can mobilize some sheep and beautiful sheep and a ram as some of the prizes that could be won. I spoke about the municipality to give 10 hectares of their farming land. Who knows, the next Miss Namibia could be the next president of this country and could be a resident of Omaheke, could be the next minister of this country and could be a resident of Omaheke, and could attract so many other people. This is our time, people, to really say, let's make the best of it as a region. Let's sell what we have as a region. We cannot sell Kavango tradition here if we do not have it. But we have our diverse culture. We have our deputy mayor there, who's from the San-speaking people, indigenous. She's there. We made history as a region, having a first son deputy mayor here. So we're making history. Let's make history. The worship mayor, this is your time to make Gobabis shine, and even to say during this time, why don't we make Gobabis a very safe town? What do they call these towns? E-towns, what are they? Yeah. E-towns. Yes. Where internet is readily available across the whole town. Young people are looking more forward to live in this town because they have access to internet. So we have various opportunities, we have various tourist attractions, but most importantly, we have our people. Our people are our biggest selling commodity. Because without people, no town can mean anything. No region can mean anything. So thank you very much, Director General, for putting the spotlight here on Gobabis, on Omaheke. We will definitely, as we said, capitalize on that. We have quite a number of young and vibrant, newly elected councillors who also want to tell their story. Who want to tell their story, and there are people also who want to tell their story. And what we need to do is just to shake off negativity, shake off the labels that were put on us for so long. Because many times you will hear a parent calling her child, "Ya mudororungu." You know, it means you have a black face. Parent will call a child like that. Or kaidanap. Yeah? And those names become part of us. And until we decide to shake them off and to say, no, that is not me. I am this one. So as a region, maybe different connotations were attached to us. It's now time to say, no, this is our narrative. That one that was told about us is not ours. And I like the scripture of Jabez in the Bible. When his mother gave birth to him, he was called Jabez, the one that causes pain. But he went and prayed and said, "Oh, that you will bless me, Lord, indeed. And that I will cause no pain, and that you will enlarge my territories." This is our time to ask God to enlarge the territories of ourselves, respectively, individually, and as a region, and that we may cause no pain. Thank you very much.
Oku Heba Mitri, Governor. Also, again, a special word of welcome to Deputy Mayor and Mayor, Your Worship. Thank you for joining us. We have a very short program, Honorable Governor. At this point, I would like to invite Ms. Munyo, the Chief of News and Programming, to give us a vote of thanks. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Director of Ceremonies, Mr. Deng. What a beautiful morning in Omaheke, the region of excellence, like it was said by Honorable Governor Mari Kutuka Ganati. Yeah, my task is the easiest, to say thank you, but I wanted to refer to the fact that it was said that we have such a big group from the NBC, and the reason for that is what the Director General just said, that when we do programs, we don't do them according to the way we want them. We have what is called scientific research that must be audience-based. We have what is called, with the digitalization now, where you can interact directly in real time using various platforms online. And we have what is called focus groups. And the focus groups are in really different levels. You have your regions. In the regions, you break it down. You have your political leadership, traditional leadership. You have your sports directors. Now the creatives. We have the farmers. That's exactly what brought us here. The team is big, and they represent various specializations. Like it was said this afternoon, we're going to meet with the police regional commander and the leadership there. We have programs that look at safety and security. And then later we'll be meeting, like I said, the farmers. What type of programs can we do? How have the specific constituencies receiving our content? How can we improve that and enhance that? Because programming is also what is called the bottom line, indirectly. If our content is not great, then we can also not attract sponsorship. Or let me say investment, like what our board of director chairperson, Tate Lazarus Jacobs, was saying yesterday, to say now we must no longer talk about sponsorship, but to inspire businesses to invest, to develop their local talent in telling the Namibian story. So that's why we are here. And with that, when the governor mentioned about Plus Kombesa, I was actually telling my husband, sorry, I'm not supposed to say that he's here. So we were driving a bit and say, did we forget? Where is that place? So it's good to hear, Governor, that sometimes you start, you fall, and you stand up again. So we are in this together. For that, we must thank you, Governor, for having hosted us as the focal point and leader of the region, because we cannot just be in the house without having come through the gate that is aiming at coming up with common good, because I heard the governor speaking last night saying that I'm the gatekeeper and I'm open to everyone as long as that is done in good faith. Thank you very much to the regional leadership, Tate Themba, and all the leadership that I cannot mention names now, the mayor, the deputy mayor. It's really good to be here. And you are an example in terms of our growth. Because when we came here, when you received us then, we had only a few stations here. Now we have 3. They were 1, 2, 3. Now we have a new screw. We are looking at bringing other services. And when I say that other regions that may be listening to this, we have not forgotten you, because it's a package. So Omaheke is just one of those regions. We'll still go to other regions. And of course, our Director General, you may not see him at some of the events like this one, but whatever we do is having his blessings. He will always say, go run with it. So he is giving strategic direction, but at the same time, he inspires for us to create, to generate, and to innovate. So when he's leaving us behind, because I must thank him for having delayed his departure this morning, just as it is the case with our beauty queen, a national one, having the name Namibia, like we heard last night, that it's only Miss Namibia and the President of the Republic of Namibia that carry those names. They have to delay their departure to give their support to what we are doing today. Fellow SLT members, that's the senior leadership team, Tate Nico Muya, our Chief Commercial Officer there, Madam CTO, Chief Technology Officer, Madam Shipanga, and we also have Tate Patrick. He is our head of channels optimization. We are going to go in details if there is time. If it's not there, like Didi was saying, we can always talk about that later. And then we have all our production heads. They are here, like I said, they head, Mr. Peter Deng is heading news and programs. At the back there with the phone is Ms. Swama Negumbo. She is heading all 11 radio stations. So we thank everyone. I can't go in details. We'll talk that offline once we are done with this. With that, if I have really omitted somebody, I must thank the PA to the governor. She really helped us, because we had to go through her and to the governor and the leadership. She really did a great job. And of course, the venues that we are given. In other areas, we're supposed to go and hire space where you can get everybody together. But here we are allowed to come and say, we're going to meet the creatives. Where can we meet them? Some of us are talkative people, broadcasters. I was only asked to say thank you. And for that, Babarikida, it's Manashia Mwinyo. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ms. Munyo. That was so great. Yeah, we are allowed to dream. And our inspiration for dreams are, we are all here. They are around Miss Namibia, your worship, Deputy Mayor. This is what inspires us. And also, Miss Namibia, one part of it is to inspire. And let us who sit in our houses think that I can also be. And this is what we are doing. That is what we are supposed to be inspiring our people. So on that note, Honorable Governor, Your Worship, the Mayor, the regional leadership, let's together, let's light up the legacy of Omaheke region. You know, Omaheke region was the gateway, we know, the gateway for our leaders. They went from here. So that legacy is there. Let's do that in unity. Let's light up that legacy in unity. On that note, I thank you very much, and I also thank our viewers and our followers online. We leave it here for now. Thank you.
The Namibian Broadcasting Corporation is coming to the Omaheke region. As part of our commitment to strengthening collaboration, we are engaging directly with the regional stakeholders and the creative community. This engagement will help shape future NBC news, programs, and commissioning opportunities, guided by your voice, your ideas, and your creative vision. Join us in Gobabis on Wednesday, 18th February, as we connect with creatives from across the Omaheke region. Be part of the conversation. Be part of the future of Namibian storytelling. NBC, your voice, your story.
Yes, DG.